Hi, my name's Josh. I play drums in a band called 21 Pilots, and you're watching Behind the Brand.
Hey everyone, I'm Brian Elliott. Welcome to another edition of Behind the Brand. Today I'm here with 21 Pilots, amazing drummer, Josh Dunn. Josh, welcome.
Thank you.
I usually ask my guests, how'd you get this job?
There's two of us in my band, and I feel that the answer is pretty boring. But I'll tell you the truth. I really just handed in my resume to Tyler probably like 40 times, and then he accepted it. That's not true at all either.
Did you guys grow up together?
We didn't grow up together, and a lot of times we talk about if we went to the same school, if we would even be friends in high school. And I think there's something interesting about that too, just kind of life and where it leads you, and how sometimes things about you can change and morph into a person that then would kind of mesh well with somebody else later. And that's really interesting.
I just had a vision of like the Breakfast Club, like...
No, we met after high school, and it was really just through mutual friends. But I think that we were aware of each other in Columbus, Ohio, where we're from, and I think that was kind of the building. We had kind of like a distant respect for each other musically. And
how early did you get started with music?
Well, I started playing music in middle school, I think, but I started playing the trumpet. Was my first instrument.
So you were like in the orchestra or something? Not
the orchestra. I was in my high school's band.
Marching band, or like?
Sort of. My school didn't have a marching band because I graduated with like 40 kids, so it was like a really small private school. But I did my best.
So you're like a bando, a total band kid, band camp. Like, were you the cool kid, or were you kind of nerdy?
I was definitely the cool kid for sure, but a cool nerd, I guess.
Yeah. Were you doing the hair back then too, like?
Actually, the funny thing about the school that I went to is I was not allowed. It was very militant, and I had to wear a uniform to school. And my senior year of high school, my principal came up to me and he said, the very first day, he didn't even say hi or anything. He said, "You got to get a haircut," and he said, "You can do the rock and roll thing."
Now I'm thinking of Beastie Boys, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's what it was like. And so, yeah, he said I could do the rock and roll thing after high school. And a couple years after that, I was playing in a band, and I ran into him at the airport. And I think the band that I was playing in was going overseas to play a festival thing. And, "Well, what are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm doing the rock and roll thing like you told me to do," after. So that was kind of like one of my favorite moments.
Did you prove him right, or did you prove him wrong, or did you like follow your dreams? Like, what was that? Why did it make you feel good?
That's a good question. I think that I've always been I've always had like a respectful rebellion, I guess. Like, I think I'm too nice of a kid to be full on rebellious. But I've like wanted to. I think that's like inside. I wanna rebel like all the way, but I can't. So I don't know. I think in a way, I felt really good because I think that he was telling me to do something that I didn't really understand or agree with, and it had to do with how I looked, or my style and the way that I express myself, and I wasn't okay with that. And a lot of times, sometimes that would just force me to want to go the other direction. I think a lot of people probably relate to that.
Why weren't you okay with that? I mean, it's obvious, you judge a book by a cover, it's wrong, But what was it inside you that you think fueled your fire?
Well, there's a lot of things in life I feel like we're sort of supposed to do.
Like what?
Like go to school, graduate high school, and go to college.
Were you supposed to be a lawyer or something, or?
Maybe I was supposed to. I don't know. I think I think people look at our lives as kind of this trajectory that there is kind of like a certain thing that you're supposed to do, and with that, a certain way that you're supposed to look. But I think that there's a lot of people who disagree with that.
Is it okay for someone to be, a respectful rebel and not look this way? I mean, what's your message to them?
Definitely. I don't think that I'm a standard of how somebody should look either, and I think that that's the cool thing, is that we can look however we want.
Is there like a rock band store where like you go to shop for like these awesome like skin tight leather pants, or like, is there a place on the internet that exists? It's like maybe even private access. Yeah, like you have to prove like you're legit, where you can order this stuff. Is there a place that exists like that? There should be.
There should be, but half the fun is just picking it out somewhere random.
How do you describe your style?